going live. I have to remember how to do this. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Oh, it says I'm live. Yep, pretty much, but I can't see the chat. I can't see the chat. Let's see. It's no good if I can't see the chat. Sorry, peoples. Is there anybody there? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, big bro. Can you see me okay? I hate saying that. Hey, Al, big bro, two big bros in the house. Can you see me and hear me okay? Let me know. Yes, yes. Oh, happy days, happy days. Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks, big bro. And thank you for holding space here. Yes, you have, Thomas. Manifest that computer so that you can correspond. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I love you too. I need to speak to you, actually. There's some things we need to talk about that have just been coming through spirit. Kenny Lefavor. Hey, big man, much love to you. So I've missed going out on live stream so damn much. Missed you all. It's so nice to see your names. Jules, my love. Pink Head Beauty. That was so cool on New Year's Eve, spending time with you. So yeah, I've missed this to the point where I've nearly forgotten how to do it. But I've missed seeing you all and being here. So I haven't used the restreams thing for months, isn't it? Months and months. So share this video out. It all helps. Who is that? Shrishti. Shrishti, am I pronouncing that right? Welcome to you, much love. So yeah, share it out, it helps. There's my beauty, Annie come canny. She knows who she is. So yeah, I haven't been live on here for the longest time. Things been going on, much has been going on. And you know, I wanted to regroup, recenter, do some tarot, get some live going, be with the beautiful people. So I want to talk a little bit about, rather than doing the day-to-day tarot today, I want to talk a little bit about, can we just talk about the fact, and I don't usually do this, you that know me know that, can we just talk about the fact that I called all of this shit before this shit started happening, not following any psyop, not for, you know, it got deep, and I got a lot of support for it, and I got a lot of shit for it. And it's happening, and it's happening. It is like riding a bike, Kenny, eventually. It's happening. A lot of what I called down, the bioweapon being brought in through fear of a certain thing that is the hidden monster. And we in the UK, like many other places, we're at war. Hello, my queen, Delaney Pill-Jones. We're at war. Loretta, you're right. We're in the shitstorm. And can I just say I regret that we are, but I want to say a little bit that I freaking called it. And we're still seeing people, hey Reiki Zen, we're still seeing people selling in the spiritual community, selling, you know, a lot of the shit, you know, that helped us get here, and selling a lot of the stuff that selling a lot of the psyop that is coming down the pipe of the shit pipe that is government. And so, you know, it's getting really hard and deep to be discerning. Yeah, called it like it is and didn't sugarcoat it. And that's not liked, obviously. Look at the subscribers, but you know, it's not liked by the system, got warnings on the channel, and it's not liked by people who still want to live in this hopeful cocoon, still want to have and rate for the very thing, people that have got us here in the first place. You know, we see that many of the laws, just like I called it would be, that the people would call it in, and the people are calling it in that, and not just on one side either, on both sides. They're taking the chaos magic that I spoke about from the very start, recognized from the very start, is I use chaos magic in my own life to create beauty. And that's how it should be used. But they're using chaos magic. Those people are picking up on it and just selling it on. It's exactly the same, like I said at the start of all of this, or before this, the reflections of World War II, in that, you know, Hitler went around with fancy signs, red and yellow and blues were fancy signs. And, you know, the clap for the NHS was the fist up in the air for him. He would be having a wet dream right now about the kind of technology that we're now seeing, which would have been Hitler's posters walking the streets of London, but they're like digital adverts, digital walking adverts. So, you know, a lot of it's come in, and I just wanted to say that a bit because it's so ridiculous. It's so obvious. I have never ever in this lifetime seen them be so open and so obvious and so predictable with the chaos magic. We even see the Deputy Chief Health Secretary doing, and I'm going to share the video on Facebook. I'm not going to do it on here because I've got to protect some modicum of my business on a platform that people go to. But he pretends to be a magician over Christmas. Over the ritual period, he pretends to be a magician. He has smoke come up at him, it disappears, and poof, he's here again. And he says, we're going to go viral. Speaking to young students, very, very young adults over the Christmas period regarding, you know, the truth about what is happening according to their narrative. I've never seen it so in your face. Now, what does this mean? It means that they're picking up on the same energies that I am, that the energy is here. And it depends how you infuse that into your own life and use that projected outside of you. And right now, it's now or never. This is critical. This is very real. And actually, it is all smoke and mirrors. Magic is. And so basically, they are mandating things, recommending things, as I said they would. They're making very little lawful. They're making very little a law. We've got Biden, you know, he hasn't made it a law to take this. But what he does have, just like Boris has, they have the contracts for the schools, or the people behind them. The Gates of this world have the contracts, they have the money to give to the schools, to give to the scientists, to give to the foundations. So policy then does become law by proxy, because then those people who want to keep those contracts, who want to keep that affluence, who want to get the their special name on their special honors list from the Queen, then they do it. So policy becomes law, because then they will push that policy to the point where if somebody doesn't conform, they lose their job. If a child does not conform to the very thing I called from the start of all of this, then they're bullied at school by the very people who should be protecting them. called it all, and it's going on so in your face, so in your face. Why? Because they need to do that right now, which means, on the other hand, in the positive way, we need to do that right now. We need to really have a remembrance of the fact that we are energy, and that we can create an energy within us, that we can intake energy like food, and we can digest it in a way that we choose to. Or we can just continue intaking this energy, not really remembering who we are and what we're capable of, and then projecting out the very wants and lusts of those who are willing to remember who they are, or who are willing to use what is innately ours to use. It's going to die. That's poetic, isn't it? The laptop says it's going to die. There's a lot of things leaving in an early way right now, in a way that they shouldn't be leaving. Well, it is their time if they've chosen this path, but they had another path that it wasn't their time, right? It's not going to die now. So yeah, I called this all, and I stated it all, and it's happening. It's happening. And we're going to see this energy this January is so intense. It is so very real. And the death that I've felt, Gaia, Susie, they all knew, they felt it too. The death that I felt, the angel of death that I see around a lot of people, ready to receive like a midwife. But actually, there are a lot of people that do not have that around them, and this soul trap that I then talked about, that seems way out there, but everything else that I said seemed way out there. This soul trap is happening, and it's not so pleasant for me when loved ones are wanting to be in connection, and I'm picking up on this energy, and I'm realizing these people have passed over in a vortex of hell. Because they don't know where they are, what they're doing. They've got no purpose or knowing or intent to know how to project themselves into a dimension, into a space that they want to after this life is done. And they are angry, and they are confused, and they are chaotic. They left through chaos magic, and they're stuck in a chaos magic, and it is far harder to get out of on that side. How many people are guiding them? I've been working real hard doing that, and it's pretty intense, and it's pretty heartbreaking. And so we're in this. UK is at World War III, and it is a word of illusions, of smoke and mirrors, and it is taking the people to fulfill it. And fulfill it they are, on all ends and sides. This so-called awake side, some of them are more asleep than the so-called asleep side. But there is an uprising. And those that are still picking sides and still doing the job for the government are actually not helping that uprising, because the uprising will be without any division. Those that can rise without any division, without any judgment on decisions made or not made, without any ego to say, well, I knew not to decide that, well, as if anybody can say they haven't been coerced in this realm. Bullshit. The uprising, the successful uprising, will be those that recognize themselves as energy beings, and those that can look at another and see a reflection of themselves in that other, regardless of the path that they have taken. They can stand against the tyranny that faces us all. They will be the warriors. They will be the warriors, the shield maidens. That will be the success. But it's all up in the air as to whether that comes out or not, or whether that even works or not, or because these sides that people are choosing. So yeah, hey Ed, there's my Susie Q, my sister, I love you. Jeannie and Michael, morning everyone. They say happy Yuletide to you too. What's Reiki Zen saying? I recently did a video very similar to this regarding the energy suppression of our voices stops the flow to our higher chakras. Yes, to allow us to wake faster. clever but devious, so clever and so freaking devious. You're right, Reiki Zen, you're so right. It's intense, and it's like, speak now or forever hold your peace. Because and I have been speaking for a long time, but you know, I needed to let this flow out today, and I wasn't going to, but I did. I needed to let the flow. There's a reason people have in the Middle East in particular wailers for funerals, and people just think, oh, and they might think this as well, the knowledge might have been forgotten of why it was good to have wailers, professional wailers, criers at funerals. The frequency helps carry the soul. The frequency is the sea for the boat of the coffin of the person that is transitioning. And it is also a release, like you say, of that energy, of that flow of intense energy of grief. You flow it out into something that can then disperse it, and you share it with others. So you're sharing that frequency, and that creates a oneness, that creates a love and an appreciation of each other that are still there. So yeah, if I'll have to check that out. Feel free to say where you post your videos, Reiki Zen, in the chat. Please do. Hey Keith, my love, much love to you. Big hugs. He's walking on air right now, I hope, with those toes. We can change things for our individual selves, you're right, Thomas. But we love so many others. Yeah, and that is that balance also that I spoke about, as you know, of saying, you know, you have to be aware of the fact that, you know, you can't choose other people's paths. So you do hold them in love, but you don't break when they don't want to take your direction. Hey, Theodore. Yes, 1 second. Hi, Happy New Year. Hi, Happy New Year. Good boy. Right now, go. I love you. Bye. Go. Thank you. Little boy. Yeah, where was it? Delaney Pearl Jones Adolf was possessed by a demonic entity. Got no doubt. Oh, Loretta, I love you too. Love you too. So yeah, that's my flow. That's my yeah, he's a little Viking baby. So that's my flow. So I'm just gonna pull some cards and let it flow for January and what we're facing. Me and my beautiful friend have been talking about the 6th. There's going to be this rollout of the number 5 that is going to impact the 6, and the 6 being the man, the woman, the person. There's something about them switching something on, or frequency on the 6th, that I feel that from then on we're going to start to see a real dramatic rise in bodies dropping. I really do. What's in store for the hermit? Yeah, big bro, you've been in that energy. You can't stand that energy. You have to learn to love it before you can get out of it, big bro. Otherwise it's going to stay with you. So let's pull for January. Let's pull for January. What's everybody else feeling about the energies in where you're at? You know, because they're intense, aren't they? And when I have these rants, it's never over. You know me better than that. These are my war cries. These are my war wails. And that, you know, I just know that it isn't decided yet. You know, that we also have to be not fixed at all. we're going to have to embrace some of the changes that, you know, AI is here and it's been here a long time. And we're going to have to embrace that to a certain extent. But we are also going to have to really get in charge of our energies and project them powerfully, because it isn't just written. You know, you yourself as an individual being the savior of yourself and hopefully those around you. So we've got the Sun card in reverse. Reiki Zen, the dream realm has been messed up lately, going into crazy places, and then it's been very quiet again, whereas my dreams are usually pretty, they're apparent, they're loud. So yeah. So the Sun card in reverse, that would speak of there's enlightenment, there's harvest, there's enlightenment, but it's enlightenment on the weeping. There's enlightenment of the Ten of Pentacles was hiding underneath it. So we've got the Sun card in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles there underneath it hiding. So that really is so powerful, in that the Ten of Pentacles being material, land, earth, bodies, the enlightenment is coming in, but it's enlightenment in a somber way of the very apparent nature that is going to be revealed throughout January of the takeover of bodies. So for me, this is about the physical body, the human body, as I spoke about way early on in the days of the hijacking of the body, of the control of said body. And so there'll be huge enlightenment, things that we're witnessing, particularly after the 6th. What's the date today? The 5th. Okay. Where we see, where we're going to see this. Hey Jane, where we're going to autumn joy. Yeah, the energies are hitting you hard. I can imagine it. Shannon, much love to you. I know, I'm so excited to be live. I've missed everyone. So yeah, the takeover of human bodies, the hijacking of that. For me, this will be seen in at least a couple of places where people are attacking people randomly, and this is going to shed some light on the reality of the dangers we've allowed ourselves to be put in, and those dangers will be other people. Now, that isn't for everybody that's had this. It is it will also be the thing, because they've had their mind fucked, but also it will be a certain strain that was put in there in this experiment that will show enlightenment on this. It will also show that we will be very much seeing just how much land territory has been taken. When I say that, just how much of ourselves, of these countries that we're taught to have pride in, this nationalism that we're taught to have pride in, it all being smoke and mirrors, because quite happily the enlightenment will be shown of so much of how much of our territory has been sold to such a very few. And that's going to come through, especially with Gates. Look out for the UK. I know he's already got a lot of involvement in universities, but look out for the revealing of just how much involvement via Big Pharma, and what the decisions can be made here via the NHS, and also secondary schools in particular. It ain't good. So the 5 of Cups comes out next, and so this speaks of, you know, it will be an energy of grief, of seeing the reality of that impact of that over January, and how you deal with that is to be strong enough to see the 3 of Cups and the 5 of Cups that have spilt on the ground. But remember to pick yourself up out of that energy and take the lessons from it and go in the other direction, you know, continue on your path, which is going to be difficult for those who are losing loved ones this month. It feels like there's going to be a real energy of heightened grief just collectively in the UK and in America. Now, Australia, where, you know, the Oz, the what's it, upside down, because they were so far away. What do you call that? Australia under something. There's a like lovely way to put it. Down under. Down under, where the sun is upside down, we'll see that this uprising that they'll try not to televise, but of the farmers, of locals, I feel that's going to break into a civil war type status this month going into next month. I really do. Yeah, Jack streaming. I'm so glad you're out of London. I wanted you out of London so bad. I feel so much more relaxed about where you are now. So much more relaxed. And so the Temperance card comes out in reverse, and on the bottom of the deck we've got the Six of Wands. So this would talk about the sixth, as I was speaking about. Me and my friend have been speaking about that and feeling it come in, so to speak. We've got the Temperance card as in reverse, and so this chaos magic that is ensuing, you can see here she's got two jugs that she's exchanging over her heart chakra, 1 foot in the pool, 1 foot on the ground, so creating that connection and being able to, in the upright, transmute any energies that come that way, or be able to even bring in energies that they want to bring in and transmute them into a way that would be a victory, be of balance, be of a healing circuit board, and being able to be then the magician to go on to use those energies and project them out. So in even the most negative energies in the upright, it is able to transmute and use for their victory, which would be the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a wave of victory, and this would be a wave of victory, but in the reversed, not so good. The Five of Cups creating that grief, and it feels like an overwhelming grief for many, in that, you know, it's going to be hard to transmute. When people are in grief, there is a real victory for those that want to hold power over others. And this is both in your individual lives. Use these in your individual lives as they resonate, and just to be aware of them on the outer stage of you. The Six of Wands would be this victory, this wave of victory for those that want to oppress others and have them in a vortex of grief, of sorrow. So that enlightenment then is reversed. It is, you know, not as bright. It's not as easily seen where you've been taken over, what has been taken from you. For a lot of you, but not a lot of you, well, because I haven't got a lot of you listening, but that's a lot of people will be affected by this. Look out for sneaky tricks while you're in deep grief about a loved one, regarding a will, regarding inheritance, including the government. Look out for what the government is trying to do to your family's inheritance, how they try and take it thereafter. So yeah, Susie, protect yourselves. Don't let the negative energy get to you. Don't listen to the negativity. It will drag you down. Lift you all up, and continual prosperity, love and joy. Absolutely. No negative feedback here. Although we have issues, we just keep moving forward. Same with me. Michael and Jeannie, absolutely, and that's the art of chaos magic. It's the art of the Temperance card, being able to be of witness to what's going on, be cognizant of it, but not absorb it in a way that you then don't let it flow out of you with a different intent, which would be the Temperance card upright. Such awesome people I've got. Just know your stuff. So the 6th of January, what else do people need to be looking out for regarding anything? There's something about as well, remember this, and please, if anybody knows anything about this, techie or tiki energy. There's something huge that they are doing right now that is again going to be controlled by the very few that shouldn't be controlling jack shit. So be aware of that, and if anybody knows what they are, who they are, let me know. T-E-K-E, tiki or techie. Knight of Wands comes up on top of the Sun reverse and the 10 of Pentacles. So this would speak to very quick, fiery energy coming in that is you know, portraying itself as fun, as something to follow. It's a message, delivering a message. The 10 of coins again, 10 of Pentacles in reverse comes up after the Knight of Wands. So, you know, this takeover of bodies, of people. I'm sorry, I wanted to go into a different direction for the rest of the reading, but it's coming up to say you need to be aware. When they're talking and projecting out things to control minds about the zombie apocalypse, there is a level of this coming, and this level of this will be delivered sweetly and gently, and it'll be policy, and it'll be a mandate, it'll be a recommendation, it won't be law. They're doing all of this through people then, you know, that are held by financial contractual contracts that will then push that policy to the point where it's law in that person's individual life because they don't want to lose their job or their home. Well, actually, we're in war. And so claiming property, claiming a way to do business without jumping through all of the red tape, this would be the very time that billionaires that we see today, where normal people could use this energy, if they were brave enough to see the times that we were in, the 7 of coins comes out then. So it's all about channeling your elements to create a physical impact and using the energies around you. So where the messenger for a lot of people is of lack, of the 10 of coins in reverse, at the end of the day, it's still the 10 of coins. It is still what would be, if you choose it to be, your natural right to live in abundance in this realm, in this life and thereafter, to have the joys of having everything that you need to have, the joys of your business being a success. But it would take many people to choose to buy from each other, to bypass the red tape, to bypass, it would take those to be brave enough that when every smoke and mirror is showing you lack, is showing you failure, is showing you not having energy, for you to be able to see past that and see the 7 of coins, to see, well, you know, you're just showing me where I can build. You're showing me where the need is going to be, where the lack is, and I'll fill that lack, and that lack will be filled, and then that filled lack will then become my fulfillment, my 10 of coins in the upright. And it's going to take a real strong energy to do this because of the sorrow that is being ensued over the people this month in particular. The 3 of swords at the bottom of the deck, this is the ouch card. And for a lot of you in your personal lives, I'm telling you, watch out for children that are sneakily putting things in that, you know, that are sneakily sort of making sure that they'll come off best regarding inheritance, or loved ones in general. And one of you has a brother that really needs to be watched regarding this, as to if, even if it's not inheritance, as actually looking like a friend, looking like a uncle, a brother, but actually acting to try and take away business from you, or try to take away money from you. So whoever that is for, then you know you need to deal with that quick, smart. So yeah, what else? It really is whether people are truly willing and able to see through the illusions that they create from themselves and the illusions that are being created right now, and to not be so fixed to say, you know, well, I'm not using, I don't want to be abundant in this coming time because it has, you know, it's involving with crypto, or if it's involving with AI, well, tough luck, because we're already there and we're going to transition into that. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing, but it will be a bad thing if many of us who are aware say, oh no, we don't want any of that, because then it happens anyway, and we have no influence or abundance within it to change it, or be the temperance card in the upright and use it for good. You know, because we've let it get this far. So we have to learn to be ahead of things, and now we have to really jump quantum leap into what is coming, and make sure that it is not held in control by the few. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Wow. But there will be an announcement of some huge importance and of some huge degree across the involved nations, the involved countries, with what is going on, the most involved. So think Australia, think Germany, think America, think Italy, think Israel, think the UK. It'll almost be, wouldn't you believe it, like a rehearsed thing that sounds very similar, no matter what channel is turned on. And that will be regarding a lot of what I've spoken about today. It could even be the energies that I'm feeling regarding the fact of a certain allergic reaction, or something of that degree, in those, some of those that are like this. And that will be to cover up the fact that, you know, frequencies have been turned up, and people are getting videos faster, woohoo, and everything. So yeah, it's really gonna go. Shit's on the fan. Hey, Christine Barclay, much love to you. I'm well, thank you. I'm hoping you are well today too. Better than well, hoping you're great. So that's January. And it, you know, doom and gloom, or, you know, but it was doom and gloom, and I was calling out the shit that was coming down the thing before they came down that shit pipe. And so, but it's not doom and gloom. It's finding those niches in the energies that are around you anyway. Like Susie said, don't get enveloped by them. You know, be aware of them. I think she said that, not word for word, but she said this. We think the same. Be aware of them, but don't get enveloped by them. But be aware of them so that you can use them for your greatness, so that you can use them to see a way out, a new way to build, a new way to prosper. TechCoin, a cloud in the internet, an illusion of a company. Yeah. And that's where we're going. Again, I spoke about this really early on. We're changing from the papal, the paper, to this invisible, to this, and look at what has been used to get the very real into the real bodies. An absolute illusion, an absolute smoke and mirrors of truth and reality. and, you know, really preparing people to live in this realm of the ungraspable, which would be the 10 of coins in reverse coming out twice. At one time, the Eon Sophia had free energy and tech. Yeah, the crypto stole and copied it. Absolutely, Jeannie and Michael. Absolutely, like they take everything that is true, that is divine, and utilize it. They give them the due. They know the temperance card. They know how to work that temperance booty. You know, they know how to shake it to make it. A cosmic time out. Yes, test your soul and live, love others today. Yeah. Archon intelligence. It's something to do with that, and it's something about the water, that techie tiki energy. It's something about like who said that? The free energy. Michael Musgrave, yeah, the free energy, something that can be connected to something like that, but giving us a cheap version of it that we then pay for. Like we're paying for this whole propaganda campaign on ourselves anyway. So yeah, could be like an archonic and intelligence. Absolutely, that's what it feels like. It feels big. It feels very big coming through the AI. And it'll be doing something good. It'll be like that Knight of Wands. It'll be buttered up as to something good, and it probably is. But then it can be used and utilized to divide, control, something about water as well. Where else have I got to? But really start moving in your magic and really start using your energy so wisely and profoundly in order to fight back. Let's see. I want to show you. Let's see if I can show you a video of, what's his name? What is his name? Right, I've got it. Let's find it. One second, I'll find it. Royal Institution. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, 1 second. I just need to find it. Talk amongst yourselves. Right, let's see. Oh, okay, so it's saying the video isn't available anymore. How convenient. They're putting things out there And that, like, these mandates and these rules and these policies and whatnot, they're putting things out there, then taking them down. It's like those apologies that you see in newspapers, isn't it? They put the information out there, and then, you know, it gets put around, and then they go and whisper and say, we're sorry, that wasn't true. It's like, so that the history books will look favorably on them. 1 second, let's see. So I'm going to read it to you. I'll share the screen. Oh, look at what is advertised on here too. Share. Look at what's advertised. I don't read any of the newspapers, and look what's advertised. What I warn people: one, you shouldn't be eating from here anyway, ever. I've told people, I mean, Susie, you've spoken about it. The things that people will find out in the future that they've been eating from there. There's a reason that this place has a queue around it every minute of every day. There's something that is very addictive, and it's not just the additives, it's a certain meat and this plant thing that's taken us down another road that has a lot of gates in it. Please don't. But look at the amount of advertising. So this is him. And this is what I was saying about, I've never seen them so in your face about chaos magic and using it. And so this actor obviously comes on stage, and they're saying now the video is unavailable. And it was cringy. I mean, I wouldn't book him as a magician. But it says here in this paper, it's not every day you see a government medical officer rip their shirt off on stage, but that's exactly what Jonathan Van Tam has done. The professor showed the world his fun side when he gave one of this year's Royal Institute Christmas lectures. Opening the lecture from behind, an all too familiar podium displaying government advice to stay alert, control the virus, save lives. World War II advertising. Professor Van Tam acknowledged the role that he had played over the past 2 years, but in a twist which is even beyond a Downing Street briefing, Professor Van Tam reaches for his collar and pulls off smoke, rips off his shirt and tie to reveal an altogether more casual, friendly look. Jenny's insert. As the smoke fades, his serious black suit is gone, as in the government's podium, and Professor Van Dam introduces the lecture as a scientist and doctor rather than a government advisor. Giving the fun introduction, he says, "Good evening, I'm Professor Jonathan Van Tam, Deputy Chief Medical Officer for England, and many of you will have seen me giving public health announcements from the podium at number 10 Downing Street. But tonight is different, also different." Finishing the opening scene with a flourish, Professor Van Tam turned to face the camera. And then he says, "Oh no, I've gone off the thing. Hold on. Okay, we'll have to do that bit again." He turns to face the camera and he says, "Tonight we're going to go viral." Unbelievable, in your face. So that video, look out for it if you can find it anywhere. It's hilarious to watch. If it wasn't so dark, it would be hilarious. But you know, they've obviously taken it off now. They've obviously taken it off now. So yeah, but look out for that. Remember, let me know if you come up with anything. TEKE. Which is Susie says, mostly, you quoted me, mostly, probably not. Jesus had better have my money. Now remember also this coming January, February and further on than that. Remember I spoke about the black goo stuff? Again, everybody's speaking about it now. And the fungus. I spoke about fungus a lot. Remember to be checking your food. Remember to be double checking your food, growing your own if you can, as much as you can. But remember to be checking your food for fungus and things that you buy for fungus, black mold type fungus. It's one of the tea things that I'm doing, you know, making sure that antifungal, fungicidal, you know, parasite killing teas. Look out for that. The guy in me spoke about that depth, you know, the bowel parasites. Really look out for those because they're going to thrive. Boots on the ground, many people, and that's what I was saying about fuck these divides, because those that are still divided this side and that, they're just as asleep as each other. The uprising will be those that come together without judgment of each other, without prejudice, and therefore the people on the side who say they're awake, who will not come and be around or be together with the people who were coerced, were tricked into taking a certain decision, then they will be part of the uprising not working. It is those that don't care about that, only care about the fact that they do not either then, now, or in the future, do not stand for tyranny. So yeah, but the boost thing is failing, which is why they did this big Christmas parade of it, you know, offering it on Christmas Day, sending out texts to everybody in the nation on Boxing Day, Christmas Day, 15-year-olds and stuff getting texts to say, come in, it's the best present ever. And people didn't, and some people did, some people still are, but there are many that haven't uptaken that invitation to that boost drive. So yeah, hell yeah, he said, hell yeah. Yeah, they were sending those texts out into Jack streaming to everybody. Yeah, America does need to have more people standing up now. Australia, look at Australia. We're all going to end up at that point. It depends how long we wait before we get to that point as to how drastic and how hurtful it is, to be honest. You know, and to really, with that sun in reverse, see through the illusion. You know, these people who are in the royal family, who are in the higher echelons of banking, they, you know, chose to take advantage at some point of complacency within the people, within that 10 of Pentacles. And that complacency, you know, has led us to where we are now, in this sort of apathy, to where we have to then realize that actually this is just a system. This is just generations of people that have kept their systems that serve them. Actually, it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. Does not have to be. That, to be honest, right now, people need to see through that illusion and see that their tax paying is paying for this chaos magic, where we're seeing a professor, a medical secretary, deputy medical secretary, standing, pretending to be a magician and talking about going viral. Need to stop paying the taxes. And then it would become this sun in reverse. It would become in the upright to actually show that they actually don't need us to pay the taxes. They just like it, because billionaires do not like trillionaires, where the banking echelon elites are, do not like using their own money. That's a given. You never get them outlaying. They'll fundraise, they'll campaign, they'll tax, but they'll not use their own money to afflict themselves on you. They'll use your money. That even gives them even more joy. And so even if the tyranny didn't continue, then at least it would become very much more apparent to many that, hold on a minute, so why have we been given inheritance tax? Why have we been paying tax every month? Why have we been paying tax on products, on fuel, on all of this? Because you can afford what you're doing now. It would still work. It would still become enlightened on the whole prospect. Tell them we don't need that stupid paper. Eye of the Maelstrom, John. Much love to you. Missed you. Moronic. Yeah, it is. Moronic. That will pay for our own demise. Moronic. Al says, according to our birth certificate, that the World Bank of England and through the banker investors borrowing money of our debt through taxes, each one of us is owed between $2 to $6 million. Totally correct. If we're going by their rules, use their rules against them. Paid for ourselves over and over. The 16th Amendment was never ratified. Sorry, Jeannie, Michael, don't be mad, but what is the 16th Amendment again? Al says the bankers take your birth certificate as collateral to borrow money off you. This is indeed a fact. Look it up, Al. It is indeed a fact. It is absolutely a fact. Many people have been speaking about it for decades, trying to get the truth out there. What do you call that one? Or the old man? He talks about birthright, maritime law, marital law. Oh, what's his name? He's well known, an old man. Speaks about common law. Is it Jordan Maxwell? Did you see how hard I had to work there? A small. The 16th Amendment refers to tax. Yeah, it does. So it is actually illegal what they're doing regarding tax. Or will they say in the history books it was illegal what we were doing? Because they could change that around and say these taxpayers held us to ransom. I mean, they were making us make decisions through, democracy. They were choosing for us to make decisions to, inflict these things on them or allow themselves to be inflicted upon by the vouchers of this world. They could. They could. Yeah, it's meant to oppress, for sure, for sure. So, interesting month ahead. I will be checking in and doing another live this week. Remember to check out me on Teespring, now Spring, True Divine 44. Check out Divinity, DIVINITEREA, Divinity on Facebook. And you can check me out on Etsy also. Not too much on there yet, but more going up each day, each week. You can get my teas from there too. And there'll be more recipes going up there real soon. And if you are on Facebook, I'm going to sort something out for YouTube to do a giveaway regarding a tea. Because these teas have come in through me, through spirit, really being driven to look up even my blackberry tea. I was driven to find out about that and learn about that, and actually it protects DNA. And it also protects the endothelial vessels, the blood vessels, the small blood vessels. And what is happening right now in a lot of people, those are getting damaged. And so again, everything that I've sort of really dove into and been learning about and researching for the teas has very much got a requirement and need right now to protect people's health. So it is divinely orchestrated, my divinity, which is why I made it up to be divinity. So check me out on all of those, because it really does help. And I want to be abundant in whatever system we are, because I'm abundant in giving. I've given more teas away than I've sold. Let's be real. And so, you know, I'm all about that, but I'm all about also being abundant in what is to come. And because I want to have influence. I want to have an influence over where my family goes. Mullein tea for the lungs, it's a beautiful thing, mullein, a beautiful thing, especially for the lungs. And, you know, the pine needle in particular, but lavender, great for the lungs, pine needle, fantastic for the lungs. So yeah, the pine needle and sage that I'm making right now is, so yeah. Thank you. And thank you to those people in America that have actually put some orders in already. Because I know that, you know, I need to figure out a way to ship a load over there for them to make it cheaper for people to get it to them. Pine needle tea, pine needles in your bath. I've made drawstring bags to go with the gift packs that I'm selling. Now, if you would ingest that, but then if you put like a combination of pine needles, green sage, a little bit of lavender, you're actually with the antioxidants in your bath, in your hot steamy bath, and then you're bathing in it, it's treating the organ that is the skin, which, you know, gives you that healthy, youthful glow. It helps you create so much more collagen. I mean, the amount of collagen that you're going to get within on the without from bay leaves, bountiful bay leaves that I do. So you could put some bay leaves in this drawstring bag, you just let it float around you, and now you're swimming in a ritual infused tea bath with all of the properties and antioxidants that one will get the free radicals from your skin, but also draw things out from your skin. And if you're feeling chesty, that with the steam fixes you. Fixes you. Thank you, Jules. I just need to do up my bathroom. I did my own plumbing, made a bit of a mess of my bathroom. So just need to do that up a bit, and I can do some videos. There's lots of DIY to do some videos to show you. Yeah, using oils to clean your mouth, Jeannie. You know, like coconut oil is great, because what it does is the fat of the coconut oil draws out, as you know, draws out things not only from your gums, but from your teeth. Your teeth are filled, they're not a solid thing, they've got tiny little dents in them all the way through, and so things get stuck. It pulls them out, extracts them, but make sure you spit the oils down the toilet, or you know, into a bin, because it will clog up when it solidifies again. Any you know, sinks, basins, I think is the word. And yeah, so the oils are really powerful too. Blackberry tea also, use it as a mouthwash. Make yourself a cup of tea. I put this in the little leaflet that I send out with them. Make yourself a cup of tea with blackberry leaf tea, and gargle with it. Now, what this does is, one, it treats throat infections, but two, it also does the same thing, and it also has enzymes in it that help solid up the gums, make the gums less spongy. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, it's been a journey, but foraging has been a fabulous teacher. Nature has been a fabulous teacher, and I just keep going with these little spiritual nudges, and bingo bango, I'm finding that was already provided for. Even every attack that they can think of, nature has already provided for. It's brilliant. Yeah, you're in the Pacific something. Got pine. Yeah, you probably have got loads of pine, but you've probably got loads of what we call Scots pine as well. Fabulous. So I'll show you just quickly. Hold on. So I'll show you just quickly, because I'm in the middle of making creams and stuff with my rose hip. And my friend Jill, me and her are making some fabulous stuff. So these are the sort of the seeds, the acorns here, and now they're all dried out and fluffy and light. Now these ones, I'll put them there and just use them later in my tea. They are packed with stuff, the antioxidants, vitamins, you know, from A to the B to the D, B complex to the D to the E. And so these added into your teapot or into your bath, it just gives you that super impact. Also, I'm making up an exercise chart that I'm trying to go in with somebody who has a gym, who the exercise chart to show that, you know, how people take protein powders and things like this. Well, pine needle, blackberry leaf, they increase endurance. And so I want to do a test to see just how much. But also what I do is I take the time, and it's tedious, but it's my meditation to, and I'll just use this in my tea after this video. But you see here, to extract the inner bark of the pine needle branch, and so you get off the outer bark off with the carving knife, and then you just get that inner bark. It's that sticky stuff, especially when it's green. And then once you get to the wood, that is the inner wood of that branch, you give in. That's all of the inner bark gone. And so yeah, I'll make that my tea after this video. But so that is super packed, and I'm not seeing people do that. I'm not seeing people take the time to get that inner bark. So there's just nothing wasted. And then here we have, so I'm making the pine needle as the pine needles, you know, for the tea, but also powdering them so that people can add them to smoothies and soups, and make it really easy to get in. Now this stuff, and I've been putting blackberry and rosehip as tea together, tastes fabulous. But rosehip, the amount of collagen you're going to get from rosehip, but I've powdered it up to such a fine thing, again, because of beautiful friends who donated to me a real good grinder machine, industrial grade. And so the rosehip, it smells lovely, dried, washed, dried, and then dehydrated, and then powdered. The amount of collagen, the amount of vitamins, the protection to the DNA, all of this is like, So, you know, I'm doing it well. So yeah, they'll come about. This is what I've got that I'm pretty proud of as a whole for the other day. Again, on the drive to help somebody who is particularly poorly. And this is, don't worry, I'm not putting any of this back in. This is turkey tail powdered up, and capsules to put it in. Look at that. Dried up, washed, dehydrated, then dried, of course, with turkey tail. You know, we're all anti-cancer, aren't we? All anti-Alzheimer, aren't we? Hint, hint. So yeah, that's, you know, got it going on. So that's what I've been busy doing also. Look around you. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting those things up on Etsy and stuff, up live on the Divinity page. Just set it up, so it's still growing. So keep checking in with it, and you know, get it on and be able to provide more and more of these products. I need to speak to Susie because that might be a way of me getting load out there to be able to to be able to distribute easier over that way, what seems to be my second home, because I love so many people in it. It is a home. Magic, yes. Use that in your coffee daily. It's perfect, Jeannie. Perfect, Michael. Tea is such a great way to get the benefits from plants, says Jules. It is. It's a beautiful way. And I keep telling people these teas, you don't have to, I mean, I enjoy it, but you don't have to take mugs of tea. This is a mug, isn't it, with lipstick on, but it's a mug. You know, the Chinese herbalists, that these teas are medicinal. And so, you know, if you want to fit in enough in the day, then one, you can go to the powders, you know, to be put in smoothies and whatnot, and in soups, in stews, pine needle powder in stew, fabulous. And so, but these are like, you would get medicinal sized teacups, a teacup and saucer, which, you know, if you want, is around 200 mils, you know, so you can knock that back like a shot. So, you know, you can fit them in. Karen Lynn, much love to you, lovely. Oh, thank you, Jules. I do get, you should see me, Jules. Once I've got better equipment and once I'm past 1,000 subscribers, so I can go live and I'm out and about, you'll see me. I don't, I have mud, you know, up and down, because I'll see something way up there and I'll think, I've got to know what you are. I've got to know what you are. And I nearly face planted myself on the last live, not live, like recording that I did when I went into the Dean. Really, after that, I nearly ended up in that very fast, dangerous moving river, because I saw something at the top of the Dean, which is very, very deep, with Hadrian's wall running through it. I saw something at the top that I just had to have, and it was some turkey tail, but you know, I ended up slipping and having to sort of grab onto a tree and just dangle for a bit until I like cooled down. Thought, right, okay, what do I do here? So yeah, Abby actually talking about AI, and people won't agree with it, but it's a way for me to be able to still be allowed out. She actually, I always take it off, but then she puts me on the map thing, because she's like, Mom, you're not going on your own. Yes, I am. I'm a spiritual warrior. I can go up any tree. I can, you know, I'm the most sure-footed. And she's like, no, Mom, you're really not the most sure-footed in an intense situation. Yes, you are. But when you're just dallying around, you know, interested in other stuff, you're not ever cognizant of your feet. And I was like, yes, I am. I'm going out on my own. So my mom and Abby are both like pouring down rain, and where are you going? Somewhere safe. Going to the Dean. You know, she puts me on the map thing, which means she follows me like a little dot on her screen. And I get told, if you're not back in 2 hours, I'm calling the police, so make sure you're back. She would never call the police. But it's a threat, though, that sometimes you have to think, with Abby, would she do that? And so you had to make sure. So she never watches the videos, but slipping down the hill, I can see why she put me on the dot. She asked me, why did you stay in that spot so long? I was like, what spot? The spot I was following you with. That was the spot. I was probably dangling for quite a while, thinking of where to go next. So yeah, I'll have to show you the reality of it, Jules, one day. Oh, thank you, Susie. Yeah, I do go frolicking, Jules, frolicking. But it's like they never know what I'm going to get up to, but neither do I. And so it could be that I end up talking to strangers for an hour. and then, you know, it gets dark, but I think, oh, I'll go and collect some more anyway. That looks real interesting up there. Yeah, so I can end up in some weird situations. But then, you know, being with the elementals, being with nature, being with just away from the illusions of what's coming down, it's just beautiful. It's just amazing, and it really is the best teacher. You use collagen in your coffee, Al, perfect. It's so good, because people don't realize collagen, yeah, for the skin, great, but collagen is one of the ingredients of that your connective tissue needs to build muscle, to stay you know, flexible. But it also for your bowel and stuff, your bowel, your intestines, your gut, your stomach needs that collagen for its connective tissue, you know, for it to be healthy. So collagen inside and out. You would love some of it in my bountiful bay, Al. It's so much collagen in there. You would pay 100 plus for a cream with not half as much collagen as you would if you're just taking bay leaves and maybe holy basil, crushing it up, putting it in one of my drawstring bags, putting it in the bowl of water or your sink or your basin, hot water, and then letting it infuse the water, and then taking that and actually washing your face with the drawstring bag, with the bay in, with the holy basil in, washing it with rosehip in, maybe. You don't have to, rosehip could stain a little bit. Washing your face with that, beautiful. Blackberry tea, fantastic facial toner. Put it on a bit of cotton wool, make yourself a cup of tea. Use half of it to gargle your mouth, make your gums healthy, and stop bad breath. It's great if you've got bad breath. I've forgotten what the medical term is for that, but you know, constant bad breath. If you've got that, then actually the blackberry tea annihilates that. But also, so you've got half of your tea as a gargle, as a mouthwash, and then the other half, get some cotton wool, dip it in your other half of tea and facial toner. Bingo bango, you've just put a load of vitamin A on your skin, you've just put a load of vitamin B on your skin, a load of vitamin C and D, and also all of the antioxidants and minerals. So, and it's a very cheap way of having a very expensive results toner. Blackberry leaves, that's what I use, yeah, blackberry leaves. Oh, you saw an amazing, really old grey crane by a pond, circled by stones. Wow. Now, the other thing that I called out when I said, and I've spoken to Wayne about this, the different types of animals people are going to start witnessing, and this being due to dimensions of portals, molding, melding, being opened, and they're going to see some dazed and confused animals that, you know, are not of our time coming forward, and that's something that's going to be more apparent than it already is, because it is on the underground of, you know, the sort of well, I think it is, that's what I feel, the space type people who are interested in space and stuff like that. Oh, see, we're having such a lovely chat, even with all the energies that were brought up in the reading, a lovely chat, and the chat is inspired by Jules regarding nature. It's just, how lovely, how lovely. Yeah, the UK has loads of blackberry bushes, and I know some of the best spots, which is why my hands are never ladylike. They've got thorns in them, calloused, you know, that's why I used to bite my knuckle when I was younger, but calloused, and they're used. They're well used hands. But you know, they're out getting it. I'm out there. It's not some big factory somewhere. It's me putting my energy into it, climbing up hills, you know, being that spiritual warrior in the physical realm. Not really, but yeah, really. Collecting leaves, but fighting with thorns to get them. Well, what I do is when I've got blackberry, I pull up, because blackberry goes, you know, it's a bramble. So it starts one place and then it grows for a bit and then it dips in the ground and you get these alien-like roots, which are great for your tea too. And I collect those too. I keep some of them for tea and then keep some of those roots. I'll pull up, because they're easy to pull up if you get them at just the right time before they've really dug in, because they're quite thick white roots when they dig in. I get them and I take some of those and I'll just guerrilla garden. It's called guerrilla gardening, where you just sprinkle a leaf or a seed of a root here or there. So you keep adding to it, you take it away, but you help it out like a bird. You carry the seed and you put it somewhere else where somewhere else needs things. So yeah. Oh, you're welcome, boots on the ground. Thank you. You really always, all of you, lift me up. Thank you. And a lot of you been with me from more or less the start and supporting me when I was sounding so much crazier, because all of this hadn't happened. So I love you all. Yeah, always give back, you know, share it out. So I'll collect the seeds and I'll then sprinkle the seeds. I'll collect the abundance, the fruit, and I'll sprinkle the seeds. So I'll help you out. Oh, thank you, Kaz. I'll check that out. Me and Kaz are going to spoon. We might video it to let you know, or might just keep it intimate. So yeah, you give back, don't you? The birds give back. Copy the birds. You know, they drop some seeds here and there. Yeah, absolutely, Kaz. I'm getting myself sorted for you to do that. Absolutely. Yeah, new growth. Add into new growth. Kaz, there's something I need Abby to press something on my emails, because it said, would you like business suite email? And I said, oh yes, I quite would. And now all I get on there from the top is Facebook. And so unless I know to go and seek an email from somebody, it's not showing up. And when I go and seek an email, somebody brings it up to my attention. I go and seek an email, your email will be there when I type it in the search bar. So I've pressed something that was supposedly better, but it's not supposedly better, because all there is Facebook things, unless I go seeking. So I'll get it to sort that out. But now I know to look for you. I'll go and type your name in and look. Oh yeah, we could definitely do a dual stream. Are you up for that, Kaz? Tomorrow, oh, I'm all booked up this week because I've got 2 house parties to do. Right, okay, let's talk. I'll get your number from your email. If you put that in your email and I'll phone you. I'll phone you. Proton mail. I've heard a lot of people using that. I might look at that. But then would I have to change the email? Kaz wants a road trip. She's got itchy feet. I'll phone you, Kaz, and see, because I've got stuff on right through to Saturday, maybe Sunday, if those people do book in. But I'll see what I can do. Robert V in the house, love and favor to you. Yeah, put your number in there, then I can just phone. Happy new money, yeah. New fresh ways of making it too. Robert V, you're an amazing human being. So, Susie, you awesome do that, my goddess sister. You put the email up on the screen, and so thank you. That is for anything to do with personal readings, spiritual coaching, energy sessions, all recorded and sent to you. but meeting face to face during the session, all of that can be arranged through that email for sure. I'm good for my clients, don't worry. Oh, right, she starts work on Monday, so I can come up before then. I'll see what I can do to shift something on the weekend, Kaz. I'll see what I can do to shift something on the weekend, honey. Oh, Robert V. Mwah, to you. Yeah, I'm so glad you got that job. I think it's going to be real good, Kaz. I got a good feeling. I have to do a reading on it. That's an idea. We'll do a reading on it, so I can give you the heads up of who's who in the room before you even go. What's the point of having a psychic friend if you can't look into things like that, eh? Awesome, baby. Heck yeah. Awareness is and will grow for a greater moment for all of us. Beautiful, Thomas. Absolutely, Thomas. Yeah, we'll do that, Kaz, no problem. So, I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you to my big bro and my big sis, Elderberry and Susie Q. We all love you for holding space as moderators, as always, beautifully done. And I want to show love and appreciation to all of you, letting you know that you give me so much joy, so much bliss, and so much fulfillment. And I just do appreciate you all. Supporting me, and in doing that, helping support my children, which whoever does that, you have a friend for life. You all know what I'm like regarding that situation. So we do love each other. You're right, Al. We do really genuinely love each other so much. And it's great that it can be like a real family. Disagreements here and there, not always agreeing, not always seeing things the same way. Well, that's beautiful, because we still are able to show each other respect and love, and come out of and hold its space in love for people to come out of huffs and things like that. And I don't know why I'm saying that, but I think it needs to be known that actually the people in this space are like that. It's real and it's raw, but it's loving and it's beautiful. And I appreciate you all for that so much, so much. Much love. Yeah, I've got Kaz, I've got some, I'm waiting on Wayne because I'm doing a recording for his radio show with him. So that got pushed back, which is how I could get on live right now. So I'm waiting to find out the time that that's going to go down later on today, and then I can sort something out with you for sure. So yes, I just need to know which time. So I'll find out that when I can. Yeah, Susie Q, she says, remember to take that 5, blah, 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 gee whiz, whatever it is, energy, and eat it up like it's the best thing since sliced bread. Use that energy. Yes, yes, if it's going to come, then it's going to come. Be the temperance in the upright and transmute that energy like a mofo and become a super cosmic being that is super rapid manifestation speed and enlightenment, and push that back out. Let's see how they like those apples. Boom, sister. Boom. All right, much love. Mwah. I'll see you all real soon.